Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. We are here. 10 things people don't realize you're doing, keeping you away from your dream job. What is keeping you away from your dream job? Someone wrote to me saying that, Ralph, yes, I want to know why I'm being kept away from my dream job. Okay, let's just... Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. We have a whole lot to dive into. Is that you out there, not happy where you're working, still trying to find your dream job? Is it? And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? So let me share with you what helped me along my journey, what I realized was keeping me away from my dream job. And I don't have a job because job means just over broke. I have a lifestyle which feels so amazing. So I remember many years ago, I was scratching my head thinking, why am I working here? Okay. I used to work in a library, I used to work in retail, I used to work in a school, and I would always ask myself this, why am I working here? Yeah, I kind of liked the job, but I realized there was more. And I was reading a book about really wealthy people, that wealthy people don't work, they supervise. Slow motion this side. Because wealthy people know that time is valuable. So time is money. They don't trade in time for money. What they do is that they make work for them, sometimes through passive income. And I was getting so inspired by reading this, realizing that super wealthy people operate under Pareto's law, which is the 80-20. 20% effort, 80% results. But most people, it's 80% effort and no results. Not even 20%, right? So what was keeping me away from my dream job, my dream lifestyle? The first thing was this. I realized along my early journey, this may be you right now. I used to say, that is impossible. Like, it's just impossible. And if you keep repeating that, eventually you'll start believing it. And I realized that's probably why a lot of people are not living their dream lifestyle, their dream job, because they always tell themselves that's impossible. And I actually believed that for a little bit. Then I was like, okay, if I just stop saying that's impossible and break down the words, it might actually just say, wait a minute, I'm possible. And that's what we did, baby. Right? I started to realize the only reason I thought it was impossible was because I didn't try it. I didn't try it out. If you look at something from a distance, it looks different from up close. So the more I started to say, okay, I'm actually going to try it out. Whatever I love to do, which is to be in nature, to share, to inspire many people, I'm going to try it out. And if I fall on my ass, so be it. But you don't know if you don't try, right? So I'm possible. What's the second thing keeping you away from your dream job? What I found out along my journey was I wasn't willing to invest in what it was I wanted to do. Because I remember when YouTube was just getting started way back, okay? And I was like, oh, that's really interesting. But I still didn't join YouTube. I still wasn't really ready to start making videos because I was still working somewhere else. And I was like, I hope no one sees me making videos while I'm working, right? because then they'll just be talking a lot in the staff room and that would make me really uncomfortable. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to do it. Then I realized, oh my gosh, if I really want to do it, I've got to buy a camera. And that's pretty expensive. If I want a really good one, that's pretty expensive. So I'm like, okay, that's another excuse not to live my dream life. Then I'm like, oh, I've got to make time for it. That's another excuse, right? I wasn't willing to invest in what I wanted to do. And I didn't realize for a long time that was actually keeping me away from my dream life. And that could be you right now. You're like making excuse after excuse, saying, I can't afford to invest in what I love to do. So once I stopped making all of those excuses, I'm like, okay, I got to start putting that money up. I bought a good camera. I started going into nature, recording, and I started to feel good because I'm actually starting to see a slow progress. And now a squirrel was coming right to my feet while I was making my first video. Never forget the moment. Touched my heart, right? Invest in what it is you love to do. That will catapult you into your dream job, your dream lifestyle. The third thing people don't realize you're doing, keeping you away from your dream job, is that you don't have any food encouragement. I realized that when I was at a really uncomfortable job, the food I was eating would be a mirror of that, right? How I was feeling in the job. If I was feeling really groggy, I would eat really horrible food. Now I'm living my dream life. I'm eating the best food. I'm drinking spirulina smoothies. I've got walnuts. I've got kale salads all around me. I've got papaya everywhere, right? And it feels great because I feel like better about myself, so I'm eating better. Okay, what may be keeping you away from your dream job is that you don't have the right food motivation, what I call food encouragement. So treat yourself to a smoothie, feel better about yourself internally, and now that's gonna make you want to feel better about yourself externally. Slow motion this side. What's the fourth thing keeping you away from your dream job? What I found out along my journey is that I was settling for a boring ass life. That's right, I was settling for a boring ass life. Who's to blame? I take full responsibility for living a boring ass life. Like, how can I do that to myself? Like, how? So ask yourself and be honest, am I living a life that is inspiring, or is it a boring ass life? Now, it's a choice. You don't have to settle for mediocrity, right? But if you are settling, that's why you are being kept away from your dream job, because you are in an arrested state of development. And I settled for a long time until one day I was actually working in a school at the time. I stared out of the window and I'm like, this is not going to be my life for the next 30 years. I'm out of here. And I'm like, okay, what am I going to do next? But it was a start, right? Because I'm like, I'm not settling. And that really was a catalyst for helping me live my dream lifestyle, which I am living right now. Number 5. Many times we don't realize our true worth. Someone was telling me that it's funny that human beings, we work per hour. But once again, wealthy people don't work per hour. They make work for them. And I realized that along my early journey that, is this all I'm worth? This hourly wage? When I'm an infinite being, I'm priceless? Right? So you gotta raise your standards. You gotta raise your worth. Yeah, I've done so many different jobs, but any job I was in, I started to scratch my head and say, is this all I'm worth? Then I'm like, no, it's not. Then I moved on to the next one. Is this all I'm worth? No, it's not. Then move on to the next one until you find your worth, until you find that you're happy and you are being compensated for the beautiful energy you have. But don't think you're not worthy to have the best, right? Because if you don't feel worthy, that may be keeping you away from your dream lifestyle. You got to feel worthy for the best. What is number 6? You talk yourself out of it. That's what's keeping you away from your dream job, right? You say, this is all I'm good for. This is all I know how to do. Like, I hear so many people saying that. This is all I know how to do. This is all I'm good for. This is what I came here to do, and I don't know how to do anything else. I wouldn't know what to do. You haven't tried, right? And I was saying that, but once again, I realized that was actually a trap. This is not all I'm good for. I can do so many other things. It's just that I haven't taken the time to really ask myself, what is it I want to do, right? So stop saying this is all I'm good for. Realize you can pretty much do anything you put your heart and mind to. What's number 7? The 7th thing keeping you away from your dream job is this, that many times we have friends saying this is all you're good for, reminding you that this is all you're good for. Because you'll tell them that you want to do something, you want to open up a business, you want to work somewhere else, and they'll be like, no, this is all you're good for. So not only do you reinforce it, you got friends reinforcing it for you. Like, they're reminding you this is all you're good for. So what I realized along my journey was to chuck those friends away and surround yourself with people who actually encourage you to become your greatest version. You want people who are going to be rooting for you every single step of the way. You don't want people who are going to keep you where you know you shouldn't be, right? So I learned that very quickly. You got to surround yourself with the right energy. If not, then that may be keeping you away from your dream job. What is number 8? You see, many people on the planet have gotten so used to the lifelong domestication process, right? We love being told what to do. And if you are someone who loves being told what to do, that may be keeping you away from your dream job, right? Because once again, when you are living out your dream lifestyle, sometimes there is no one to tell you what to do. You got to start using your own intuition. You got to start believing in what it is you truly want, your true vision. But a lot of us, we have just been raised to always have a manager, have a boss. So a lot of us, we actually become addicted to that. And I realized I was for a long time until I realized, wait a minute, I want to be my own boss. I don't want to have to put my hand up to go to the toilet. This can go down right now, right? And that's how I actually started to begin to live my dream job. Lifestyle. What's number 9 is that sometimes, if you're honest with yourself, you may not actually want to do the work, right? You may not actually know what goes into living your dream lifestyle, your dream job, because once again, you may have gotten so used to just living for the weekends. Do you live for Saturday? Do you live for Saturday and Sunday? Do you just live for Saturday and Sunday? If you just live for Saturday and Sunday, that may be keeping you away from your dream job. Because if you are all about doing the work, which eventually will become fun, every day can be Saturday or Sunday. It is for me. I don't even get caught up in time. Every day is just beautiful because the work is working for me. But if you are someone who just wants to party on the weekend and then Monday you're like, oh, what am I gonna do? Chances are that's why you're being kept away from your dream job. You got to start not only living for the weekend, start living for every single day of your life. Slow motion this side. And what is number 10? What I learned along my journey, what was really keeping me away from my dream job was that I didn't trust the process. I didn't trust it can't work out. I said it can't work out. I didn't trust that it could, that it would happen, that I was even worthy, that it should happen, right? And when you don't trust not only the universe, but yourself, that's probably what's keeping you away from your dream job. Everything is a gamble. It may work, it might not, but if you just stay in a mediocre state, you would never know what could have happened. And that's what I was doing. I was just staying in my comfort zone, just playing it safe. That was keeping me away from my dream job because I'm like, well, I can put a bit of food on the table, but even though I'm not happy, it doesn't really matter because I'm just doing enough to survive. I'm just doing enough to survive, but I wasn't truly living. I wasn't truly happy. I wanted to go to the next level. So I realized not only do I have to get out of my comfort zone, I've got to start trusting the process and realize so long as I am doing what I love, I will naturally attract everything I need. And that's what I've done. And feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello? We are here. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Have a beautiful day. Infinite waters. Diving deep once again. Stay well. Stay healthy. Peace. You!